going on, guys? This will be my fifth video or so, in about a month and a half. But I thought I'd take the time and kind of explain my story, just because not a lot of lacrosse players or lacrosse personalities, I guess you could say, on YouTube have actually explained like where they came from. And so I think I'm gonna take this video to give that shot so you guys can see, or at least hear, or try to like fathom at least what my story is. So I got into lacrosse in middle school in 7th grade through my god brother Mike Fitzgerald. He was playing on the lacrosse team. Didn't even know we had one. I didn't know we had a lacrosse team at the middle school. But when I did, I immediately went and joined because my older brother played lacrosse. So 2 years prior to that, when I first saw his lacrosse stick in elementary school, 5th grade, I picked up his stick. He showed me how to create when I was last time I saw one, until I actually picked up a stick to play in 7th grade at Lombard Middle. I started with a short stick, might have saw the field once or twice, and I really didn't get any time. So I guess maybe in the grand scope of things, probably shouldn't even count, right? But we all got to start somewhere. 8th grade year, I actually started the entire season at long pole until about 7 games through. I kind of messed up my knee. Don't really know what I did to it. I ended up getting it fixed senior year in high school, but at that point, I just kind of basically split time with this kid named Isaiah, I want to say. And he just was he was a cool kid, kind of bug-eyed and like really enthusiastic, I guess you could say. But for me, as long as I was playing, I didn't really care to look at it as like a demotion or anything, because I still got a ton of playing time and I still did my job. I would like to say I was at least like a decent defender in middle school. Went to the middle school championship my 8th grade year, completely undefeated, and then we all got looks from whatever local public high schools, and the high school I already planned on going to, because I got into the school academically, Baltimore City College actually. Coach Merck saw us. He really didn't know who I was. He really was coming out to look at the kid Max Efremov, who was playing at Roland Park, and I want to say this kid Jaquan, he was a lefty midfielder. That kid was actually really good, but he just never picked up a stick again. I would love to know what happened to the kid, because he was really good at lacrosse and like a decent human being actually. But I don't think anybody from that team knows where he is or like what he's doing. So I ended up going to my dream high school at City College, which is a college preparatory high school. And it's not necessarily college prep in terms of like you picking your schedule and everything, but you definitely get like the college workload. But anyway, when I went to City, I played 3 out of my 4 years. My freshman year I didn't play just because of a terrible grade transition. So like I thought it would be okay. I thought I would be okay going into it because I used to be the smart kid in my middle school, and then high school happened and I was failing 5 classes by the time spring came around. So I was like, I just kind of penalized myself. My parents didn't have to do it, and buckled down and got my grades up. And then the 10th grade years when I actually started playing lacrosse again, and started playing attack actually. But I didn't start. I was, of course, riding the pine. But everybody's got to start somewhere. So my first year, I literally had 1 goal, but the first goal I ever had was left-handed, even though I'm a righty. I got the ball probably somewhere between midfield and restraining box, maybe at the restraining box, and I just ran with no intention of passing it to anyone. Did like some weird, terrible roll dodge, kind of chucked it at the goal, and it kind of went in. Whatever, but I'll take it. And then from there, I went to senior year. Senior year, I had 2 points. I had 1 assist and 1 goal, or maybe 2 goals and like 1 assist and maybe 3 points my junior year. And then senior year came, and I basically made up my mind that I simply was not going to lose my spot to anyone that wasn't a senior. And so, I mean, I really didn't. I don't think I changed much in terms of how much I wall balled or any extra running or anything like that. I just simply made up my mind that it just wasn't going to happen. And it didn't. And so I started as a crease attacker my senior year and ended up with 26 goals. And I was third in goals tallied throughout the league, this Baltimore City high school league, my senior season. And the only two above me was this kid named David something who went to Poly. And then there was Squeaky. Real name was John. Big shout out to that kid. I wish if you see this video, brother, I wish he was still playing lacrosse, man. I really do. It would be an honor to shoot up and play with you again. My freshman year of college, I'm at Limestone, and I enjoyed that lacrosse program. Like, I love middle school for putting the sport to my face in terms of the stick and the equipment and everything. And then I appreciated my high school coach, Coach Merck. Love him to death. I'll go to war for him. But and I loved him. I love that he introduced me to the sport in terms of stick work, what you should be doing, and kind of how pieces move, more or less, on the lacrosse field. But I have to say, the most I ever learned about this sport came from my freshman year of lacrosse at Limestone. So definitely a huge thank you and shout out and much appreciation to Coach J.B. Clark, Coach Stoyer, Coach Malone, and Coach Barrett. And then the GA that was there at the time was Teddy Prager. So shout out to you guys, man, and most of the captains that we had, those guys, they showed me a lot, and I learned a lot for sure, and it just made me want to grow as a player. It pushed me as a person, and it helped me mentally. But I transferred from Limestone. It just wasn't an overall good fit for me. But transferred from Limestone, ended up going to Salisbury University. Go Gulls. And I ended up playing club all 3 years. But I would have much rather played varsity lacrosse with Berkman. Coach Jim Berkman, a lot of people give him a bad rep, I guess you could say, in the lacrosse world, but he probably doesn't give a shit. He has a lot of jewelry, so he's probably fine either way. But I thought, even though I really didn't get close with him because he didn't coach me directly, he indirectly taught me a lot. Even though it was literally all of 9 days over a span of 3 years. Club was a little rough, but just from a different aspect of how things are ran and everything. Once again, taught me a lot. Didn't get a lot of time. Didn't get as much bump as I deserved, I don't think. But it taught me a lot about myself. Taught me a lot about life for sure. Just because you go through those things and pull lessons and kind of dissect positive things from those experiences. So my senior year of college, I ended up getting a ton of playing time at midfield actually, and I had actually changed positions from attack to midfield when I went from city to Limestone, and then from midfield back to attack when I went from Limestone to Salisbury until like our entire midfield line for whatever reason didn't make it to a tournament or didn't want to come to a tournament. And so I had to play midfield, and then they looked at me play midfield and said, "Oh man, you can play midfield," of which I told them that when I first got there. But anyway, I was able to play midfield my senior year and got a lot of quality minutes. But we did all we could my senior year. We got close to a championship I think all 3 years. I want to say we went semifinals, then finals the next year, and then semis the next year again. And since graduating from Salisbury, I've just been working out, lifting, and doing agility work and shooting around like the videos I put up on here from time to time, and try to get better at lacrosse because I eventually do want to play in the MLL, and so I'm working towards that goal. But getting out of college, going to Lacrosse Limited, and put me in link with a lot of people that that play lacrosse and can allow me to hop on to lacrosse teams and get like a lot of reps and play in a lot of different leagues in a lot of different ways. So I've been able to play box lacrosse since, even though it's just pickup format, but it's still people getting after it. There's still box goalies, box goals, box arenas. So I've been able to do pickup box, and I've been able to play against a lot of top tier guys in the Howard County A Division Summer League. Played against guys like Tal Bruno and Joe Cedar and Nick Mazza, Joe Mazza, I think it's Joe, the one that goes to Towson. So Joe or Pat, I can't remember his name. Played with and against Tyler Young. Been able to play with and against Craig Chick from Lehigh. Against Cole Williams from Hopkins. I'm sorry, I want to say Cole Williams. But the sophomore attackman Cole from Hopkins, been able to play against him in the Hooker Summer League. I've been able to play against Miles Jones because I've been linked up with guys who do not the Howard County, but I've been able to get linked up with guys that do the Ocean City Summer Classic tournament. So I've been able to play against guys like that, and with guys of that same caliber. So it's been a journey. It's been fun, and it's still going. So I mean, I like to think I'm half decent at lacrosse now. A lot better than I was who knows how many years ago. Hopefully I can just, get you guys' support. So like, comment, subscribe. Tell a homie about me. Tell a homie tell about me. Sorry, tell a homie about me, and then tell a homie to tell a homie about me, so I can get this thing going and growing.